What's going on, everybody? It's Jackie Terry here. Right now, we're doing some strength training, me and Big Tony. And what this is gonna do is this is gonna really tire us out really quick. We're going into muscle failure. So as you see, Tony's about to give us 3 reps. We set a 3 rep maximum, and from 3 sets of heavy weight, you're essentially just gonna get tired because you're tapping more into your fat source, your fat hormone, just to get that weight up. Because when you're lifting heavy weight, you're essentially going to burn a lot more calories. You're going to burn a lot more fat because now you're tapping into your body's fat source rather than when you're doing lightweight, you're tapping into your body's oxygen. So remember, you guys, whenever you're doing heavy weight, you're going to burn a lot more calories. You're actually going to boost your metabolism, and you're going to gain muscle mass. You're going to gain stronger bone density. You're going to gain stronger joints just from doing heavy weight. So we always want to touch on that heavy weight while we're fresh and get a 3 rep maximum, because once you get a 3 rep max, you're not going to get that many reps from heavy weight, because essentially your body is essentially working hard. So you want to keep the rep to your rep range to a 3 rep maximum, or maybe even a 5 rep maximum, to get the full extent of the workout. Now, essentially, after we get done with our heavy set, our bodies are already fatigued. Our bodies are already at muscle failure. So once again, we cut the weight down by at least 40%, which makes it 225. 225 is definitely a good weight where you can get reps of 10 from. So it's it's heavy, but it's not too heavy where we can only get 3 reps. So now this is where the strength training also comes in, but this is where the endurance and cardio also come in too, because we're tapping into our fast twitch muscle fibers and our slow twitch muscle fibers at the same time just by doing reps. And the main objective in this exercise is to do 225 as many times as we can until we go into muscle failure. So right now, Tony's getting a good clean reps. I think he's going over the 10 rep range, which is really good. He's tapping into that endurance. And since he's going over the 10 rep range, this is where we want to be at this point. We want to go over the 10 rep range, or we want to do at least 10 while our bodies are still semi-fresh. Even though coming off that heavy weight gave us a boost of endorphins to touch on this lighter weight and get it for 10 reps. So remember, you guys, when you're coming from a heavy set, don't always cut the weight down to maybe like 40% of the 1 rep max, so you get a rep of 10 in, so you start getting your reps in. And as you see, my rep speed is really good range of motion, letting it come all the way down to my chest, and I'm essentially blasting right back up. Rep speed is very important. You can either slow down the reps or speed up the reps, or essentially just do it normal like I'm doing right now. And as you see, I'm struggling, but this is what a spotter is here for, you guys. Right now, he's giving me those negatives I need just to bring the bar up with little resistance. See, lifting weights is all about resistance. He gave me a 2-finger tap so I could get the majority of the weight. He didn't pull the bar up or anything. He gave me a 2-finger tap so I could get the majority of the weight, majority of the lift, and really fight, really kind of fight, get those deltoid shoulders, because the more resistance you have, the stronger you're gonna get. So once again, Tony's back on the 225. Like I said, we're getting this for multiple reps. It's semi heavy, especially after coming from a power lift like 315. So essentially, as we keep doing this, our reps will get short because we will go into muscle failure. Our reps will decrease. So as you see, Big Tony was able to get 7. So each time you keep touching on this semi-heavy weight, your reps are definitely going to decrease. As you see, Tony was able to get 10 last time. Now, after maybe a 60-second break, was able to get 7. So doing this exercise, your reps will essentially decrease. And as you see, I'm even starting to go into muscle failure really, really fast. I'm struggling just a little bit. Able to get the 3rd rep clean. At the same time, I have to stress my joints out because doing this type of exercise, your body will get tight. Your body will get tight, and you want to loosen those joints up. You want to be able to loosen those joints up and get right back into the lift. As you see, it was only like maybe a 20-second break, and then I get right back into it and finish my reps. Once again, a spotter, very important. So you get those negatives, you get the full resistance of the lift. A spotter's job is just simply to stabilize the bar. That's pretty much it. Because when you essentially do get stuck, it doesn't take a lot of momentum to keep your arms moving. It doesn't. So simply a 2-finger touch or a palm will get you unstuck. Once again, lifting weights is all about resistance. So the more resistance you have to your body, the more you're able to fight with that weight, the better and stronger your tendons, your joints will be, and the better and stronger your lift will be, and your muscles will grow back stronger. So as you see, we're still getting it for multiple reps. Big Tony is a powerhouse. He was able to essentially do it easy, but at the same time, we're still both going into muscle failure. We're still at that fat burning stage because you gotta understand, you guys, we're only taking like a 60-second break. So when you're doing this, your heart rate is always up. It's over the fat burning limit, which is 155 beats per minute. An average heart rate is 60 to 100 beats per minute. So when you're doing heavy weight and then going back down to a semi-heavy weight and taking little rest breaks, your heart rate is essentially up all the time. Our rest breaks in this exercise consist of maybe 30 seconds or 60 seconds. And that's pretty much all we get, which not only are we gaining strength, not only are we gaining muscle mass just by doing this exercise, we're actually working on our cardio and our cardiovascular system and our respiratory system just from doing this, because it takes a lot of breathing control to get 225 for reps in a short amount of time. As you see, the reps are really decreasing now. Big Tony was able to get 4 reps. So our triceps, our chest, our shoulders, our deltoids, even our lower back is pre-exhausted, because now essentially when you do hit those semi-heavy reps for multiple repetitions, you're going into muscle failure and other body parts have to essentially take over. So doing this type of exercise, you will feel a pump in your back. And as you see now, I'm really going into muscle failure. I was only able to get 2 reps. 2 reps at best. And as you see, we're both really tired. But the thing about these exercises is, these strength training exercises, they don't take a long time. It's probably only been 10 minutes, and both of us are already at muscle failure. We got good strength training, and we touched on a heavy weight first while we were fresh. Then we did semi-heavy weight until muscle failure. So we did a rep of 10, rep of 7, rep of 5, rep of 4, all the way until muscle failure with little breaks. Now, essentially, since we got our strength training out the way, we can do another exercise, which doesn't even coincide with the bench press with the upper body. We could do squats, we could do legs, because essentially now our upper body is tired out. We could even do another compound movement such as arms if we wanted. But the thing is to remember, when gaining strength and muscle mass, you get size on the cellular level. So by touching on that heavy weight first while you're fresh and getting it for 3 reps or maybe even 2 reps, you're now adding and gaining more muscle mass to those fast twitch muscle fibers. And then once again, when you when you cut the weight down and pyramid down to 40% of your 1 rep max, which is still pretty heavy, and you can still get a rep of 10 in. Now you're going for the endurance, cardio, and strength training aspect, because now you're hitting that for multiple reps. You're hitting it 10 times. You take a 60-second break, then you hit it again for about 7 reps. Just know by doing this exercise, your reps will start decreasing. You want to go all the way till you go to failure. Failure is probably when you can only get 1 or 2 reps. That's how you know when you're at muscle failure, which is essentially good because now your muscles are pre-exhausted, they're fatigued, and essentially when you do come back to the gym and work on the same bench press or the same exercise, the exercise will be a lot easier and your muscles will be a lot tuned. They'll grow back a lot faster. So very, very good strength training technique. Pleasure working out with my man Big Tony. This is what we do every time we come into the gym. We get on that bench press. We do a quick set, 10-minute workout of this, and then we essentially go to our other compound movements, such as our legs, arms, shoulders. But there's nothing wrong with benching every day, especially if you do it the right way. A short strength training workout should only take about 10 minutes at max, depending on how many people you have. It was only 10 minutes for me and Tony because it was only 2 people. We did it the right way, touched on a heavy weight first, got it for 3 reps. Essentially, when you touch on heavy weight, make sure the reps are low. You never want the reps to be too high because you do risk an injury if you do high reps on heavy weight. So you essentially always want the reps to be low. And if you can, always get a spotter for the extra reps that you can't finish or that you want to get from the heavy weight. Once again, this is Jackie Terry, and I'm just showing you guys how to gain strength, muscle mass. You're going to burn a lot of fat hormones doing this exercise, you guys. So don't be afraid to lift heavy, because in the long run, it's highly beneficial to your strength, your bone density, cutting weight, and really cutting down those fat hormones in your body, because essentially now you're going to have to reach into those fat hormones just to get extra energy from this heavy weight.